something that I always think about with redoing bathrooms, especially when you're using vintage fixtures, they just look expensive. So this is in the original footprint of the house circa 1880. So we decided, okay, well, let's take inspiration from maybe the first time that they put indoor plumbing in this house, early 20th century, let's say. This is maybe the kind of bathroom that they would have installed. This is a sink from Zaborski Emporium, just the very simple fluted column with this big oval basin with the brushed nickel hardware from Vintage Tub and Bath. This was also a vintage find. I believe we got this at Fed on Lights in Saugerties, which obviously more than just lights. They also have great bathroom hardware like this. So the tile, people are always asking me about the tile. And I remember going to the showroom. It was the first time I'd ever bought tile, because in our house down the road, we did not put tile in the bathrooms. We had wood floors, we had just regular, kind of drywall walls with wood base molding. So this was my first tile experience. But what I loved about this tile was it's got a crackle finish to it. It's got this great variation in color. So, it looks like it could be antique. It's kind of aged looking. So this is a porcelain tile with a glaze on it. And then this molding at the top, it's called a P-cap. So that's kind of a classic way to finish the top of your tile. Some people like to take the tile up even higher, like to the top of the doors. That would also be very appropriate. Sometimes you can take it all the way to the ceiling. We decided to kind of keep it here as like a wainscoting kind of tile. Here are some of the extra tile from this project. I learned a lot about tile. This is made by a company called Solistone. I love the crackle finish, the fact that there's some variation in the color. It has this crisp edge to it. Here's the Subway tile version. Again, you see the variation in color. The other tile that we used in this bathroom is the floor. So this is a very classic square mosaic tile floor. You see catalogs that show the different patterns that one could get. They still make this material. This is an unglazed porcelain tile, and it's made by American Olean, which is a successor firm to a historical firm that's over 100 years old. But I just want to show you how it works. So there are these individual mosaic tiles that you can lay in sheets and then just grout. You can also break them up into smaller pieces so that you can, take one and create, a pattern. So we had yellow ones, we have green ones. And then the border, which is this kind of Greek key pattern, that's how the tile contractor created it. He just figured out the layout and he just broke up these sheets. I think it's fascinating. And I give him a lot of credit for figuring it all out. So the toilet. This is not my first high tank toilet. It might be my last though. This is a reproduction with the porcelain tank up here. It was made by a company in California. I'm not even sure that they make them anymore, but they are that kind of classic high tank toilet that when these were originally designed, it was so that gravity could help with the flush, with this chain and the little knob that says pull. They have a great look. I think my plumber, when we told him we were going to use this, thought we were a little crazy, but he was terrific. Every time it needs a little tweaking, he's there to help.